Right here. So welcome all. And Nick, can you help people in as they come? Because
Yes.
I can't see those controls. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, welcome all. Let's just rip into it. So who are we? I've been doing website design and SEO since the 90s, and I started Finance Solutions in 2000. Nicky joined in 2008. Online business consultant. So the difference between a normal web guy and an online business consultant is we look at the whole aspect of someone's online profile rather than just their website. But and then we can also look at what business model they've got and how how best integrate and what tools and what systems are best to use to give them the most return on investment, the most leverage and the most control. Anyway, the idea of these quickies is just to share some tips from other guest speakers and from us, just to make your life online a bit easier. So I hope you got pen and paper ready. We run these every Monday, Australian Eastern Standard Time at 10 a.m. And next week is simple ways to increase engagement and conversions that anyone can do. Okay, so that'll be the same time next week. And the following ones, I'm going to have an interview with a mate of mine who's used to work for Google. And we're just going to run through some simple Google first page ranking strategies and how to pivot and thrive. And then we're going to do one to get more leads and conversions, which is actually next week's one. And then I'm going to get Lisa on. We're going to talk about how to set your business up for a profitable exit. And then we're going to be talking about copywriting and some tips and tools around that. Anyway, so those are the topics, and there's more. Our guest speaker today is Warren Tapp from Tapp Advisory with 14 ways to help cope in business with a recession. Then we're going to have some Q&A. And then we've got some other freebies, so just hang around to the end because Warren's got some free consultations to give away, and we've got some strategy sessions. And Ian's got his sales training course, the 5-day one as well. Okay, so you can scan that QR code just with your phone open, or just go to that link. But if you share this event, then people can see that you're staying up to date with it. And if you're in business, you need to see that other people need to see that you're engaged with other business owners, just to keep that presence. And it's also just helps remind them that you're there. So just to help keep you in the forefront of their mind. Everyone right with that? Because I'm talking to a blank screen, so I can't see anyone, and I don't know how to exit this, Nick. So I'm just going to persevere.
Okay.
Next. Okay. So if we can limit the chat in other chat room, because that means we've just got something else to look at. If you can just raise your hand, virtually would be good. But if you're struggling to find that, Nicky, Aldwin's waiting to get in. Can you let her in?
I can't see her. I have the list of participants and it's not popping up.
Okay, let me admit. I found it. They're in.
That's odd. Okay.
Okay, so I don't know how I've got that, but I have. So welcome all. So if you can raise your hand. So if you go to participant at the top of your screen or at the bottom of your screen, wherever it is for you, and then you can go and raise your hand. And we'd like you to give the presenters a bit of love and warmth, and show them with thumbs up and clap and smile and just be engaged. That'd be great. Because
warmth
it is
okay. Warmth is all right, not love. No, that's all right.
virtual love. It is. So if you go to participants, that's where you can get to the to raise your hand. And if it's on an iPad, well, then it's a top right-hand corner. That's where the chat and the raise hand is. So, a simple Zoom tip, so that if you drop off, just use the same link and the same or the same number to log in. And our meeting password is the one you used to get in if you needed to today. And from next week on, we're going to try and change that password to Quickie. So if you just remember that with a capital Q, just to make life easier. And here's our disclaimer. The information we're going to share with you is useless unless you take purposeful action on this information. Is that right, Warren?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Hang on, Tanya's texting me.
Oh, that was 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Well, it's all good. I'm here now.
Okay, because I can't see any anyone. So it must be cold in New South Wales, is it?
Yeah, we're a bit slow down here today.
You're normally an hour ahead of us for at least a couple of. Anyway, 14 ways to help businesses cope with a recession. And our guest speaker is Warren Tapp from Tapp Advisory. Warren is a leading and highly respected corporate advisor and business consultant. And that's his website address, tappadvisory.com.au. He's experienced business advisor nationally for over 35 years of practical experience, former director of consulting with Price Waterhouse, been a chair of or director of 26 boards in a wide range of industries, holds a master's in business administration, master's in law, and graduate diploma in applied corporate governance. Warren has been a fellow of the Australian Marketing Institute and also the Australian Institute of Management, author of many books and videos. And I'll just like to hand it over to Warren.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you very much. I hope everyone can hear me okay. And thanks to you and Nicky for inviting me to give this talk on your Quickie session this morning. And I know you're going to run the PowerPoints and I'll just talk to them. So Dave asked me to talk about how do we help people get through the recession that's coming. 14 ways I want to suggest with you. What's the definition of a recession? Economically, it's 2 quarters of any year in Australia where there's negative growth in GDP. This quarter right now will be the first of those, and there's no doubt the next quarter will be. So technically now and through till the end of the next quarter in September, it will be a recession. We don't know yet whether quarter 4 from October to December will still be in a recession mode by that definition. The point I want to make is a lot of people get negative about hearing the word recession, but the reality is even though if there's going to be 10% unemployment, there'll be still 90% employment, all of whom will be wanting to spend money with maybe businesses like yours. So I think we need to look at the positive side of how to cope with a recession by us having an attitude as business owners in knowing that the world is not coming to an end. A recession is an economic factor. It will have an impact on some businesses. My 14 tips are to help you get through that out to the other side. Let's have a look at the first one. The obvious thing, of course, is to cut costs right now, but only if it doesn't harm you later. I've seen some businesses cut their costs down so much that the quality of their product or service is suffering, and customers have walked away because they're not the same standard they were expecting. So only cut costs where you can do so without damaging your business. I've worked with a client last couple of weeks and in an hour, I found her $10,000 in annual savings in her costs that she'd never even thought about. So really take a sharp knife to your costs and work out how can you reduce your overheads, because if revenue is down, your gross profit margin's down, you must get your cost down in your expenses line in order to survive and in fact even still make a profit. Having said that, with your costs, don't make the mistake I see a lot of business owners do and stop paying themselves. Oh, I'll cut my cost, I won't pay myself a wage. That's the worst thing to do. So you need to be honest about what needs to be paid, such as yourself, in terms of cutting those costs back. I would also suggest you keep very close to your bankers and your accountants in understanding the financial position of your business as we go through the next couple of quarters of the economic forecast. The second point is to take the long view about marketing. A lot of people say, I'll throw a few dollars at a quick marketing campaign or a sales campaign now to try and get some dollars in the door. It is a marathon. I'm sure Dave would tell you that. It is not a sprint. And one of the costs you cannot afford to let go now is marketing cost. You have to find the money to keep your brand name still there, because in 6 months' time, customers will have forgotten you if you haven't had your brand name or your advertising or promotion out there. So take the long view about marketing. You should have a 12-month marketing plan in place right now. And don't forget the 5 Ps in marketing. You've got to have the right products. You've got to have the right pricing. And that doesn't mean discounting, by the way. It means having I'm sure Ian Parker would tell you, you don't give away by discounting too much at all. You must have the right place. In other words, you're getting the right marketing channels to reach people. You must have the right promotion, and you must have the right people helping you with your marketing as you keep driving your business brand name forward. So take the long view about marketing. Now is a great time, if business is a little quieter, to renovate your marketing tools. And I'm sure that Dave Kane and others can help you with advice on how to do that in terms of how do you reach the right sort of market, how do you spend your marketing dollars wisely. I've got a client that I've shifted her entire marketing program away from what she's been doing for 30 years to a whole new process in order to survive not only the current coronavirus, but also the recession that follows as well. You do need to rethink your marketing tools, especially online. Obviously, Dave Kane's the man to talk to in terms of looking at your website. Maybe get him to do an audit on your website to see whether it in fact is still attractive to people. Is there a call to action from your marketing efforts online? Is actually asking people to do something at the end of it all. So have a look at your marketing tools. And I don't mean just online. Maybe there's other media you can use as well to reach people, although I have to say these days online is probably the most cost-effective way to do it. You need to look at automating and systemizing your business wherever you can, and maybe you don't have a lot of opportunity to do that. In the Courier Mail this morning, I read about a small manufacturing company that systemized their business during the COVID period. He's now got a 30% increase in manufacturing productivity and has got a market ready to buy it. And that was simply by automating and systemizing his business in a way he'd never thought about doing it because he was too busy working in the business. So have a look at how you can do it, because you become more efficient in your business. If it might be only you or the only person in the business, how can you in fact multiply your effectiveness by being more efficient by having everything, whether it's production or the marketing of what you do, systemized and automated? I would suggest now is a time to really hack. If I just go back, Dave, sorry, I've just go back and to hack your whole business model. I'm talking about point 5 here now still. And look at all the assumptions that went into designing the way your business operates today, pull it apart and rethink it. There may be a totally different way you can run your business more profitably and get through the recession by rethinking the whole process. For those that are holding any inventory at all in your business, whether it be a stock in a warehouse or anything like that, reduce your inventories where you can, or maybe make and mend any equipment, and think about how you can get your capital costs down in terms of money tied up in inventory or equipment that maybe you don't need or you can get by with. So have a think about that as well. Now we go to the next point. Obviously, you've already looked into accessing all the government grants and help you can get, whether it be JobKeeper, the cash bonus that you can get through your BAS return, and anything else that you're able to get. You would have seen that the state government released a $10,000 grant last week and had $100 million to give away to businesses, and the whole lot went within less than 5 days. I suspect they'll come back with a round 2. I think they realise there's a big demand for that. So look at all the government grants you can you can get. Don't forget any asset write-off. 150% of your assets purchased between now and June 30 or this year is immediate tax deduction, which is one way to, in fact, keep cash in your business by having less tax to pay. And also, I want to talk about doing cash flow forecasts. You should have a cash flow forecast that tells you your closing bank balance at the end of each month for the next 6 months. And if you've got JobKeeper or other government money, do the modelling without that to see if you'll survive without the government money when it stops, to see that your cash flow is going to be okay. If you need more money in the business, you've got a choice to make about going into further debt by borrowing, or maybe equity by getting other investment capital in your business. But think about how much cash you need in the business through debt or equity. I would recommend you don't go into debt if you can avoid it, because that's only going to be a world of pain even when the recession is over. Rethink your whole business model and start to innovate. It could be, and I've seen a lot of businesses doing it, they actually repivot the whole business in a whole new direction because they realize that their old model just wasn't going to cut it in the world of future customers. Because what will change during the recession and after that is we're going to see a lot of different customer behavior in the future about who buys, where they buy it, how they buy it, what they'll spend, how they'll react to your marketing. So you need to repivot and restructure your business in a way to get ready for the new marketplace, which has changed dramatically. I hope you agree with me in the last 3 months alone. And think about innovating with new ways to do business. Have a cash flow forecast at least 6 months ahead. And you need to check your solvency position as a business. And I'm sorry to be tough about this, but you need to be sure your business will in fact remain solvent. That is, by definition, legally, you can pay your debts as and when they fall due. And you should have a look at your balance sheet to see your current assets exceed your current liabilities, and also that your cash in the bank will be important. I'd have to say, if you may have to sacrifice profit this coming 6 months for the sake of cash. If you can get cash flow through the business, that's the lifeblood of the business. That's more important. We can get back to building up profitability later on. If you can do both, that's fine. But do have a look at that. Have a look at new opportunities to do things in business. Maybe you can look at mergers with another business or a joint alliance, work together with another business. Maybe bits of your business you can close down or sell off. Just redesign your whole business. I've said there you should join every webinar you've got time for, and we've all had a lot of time to do that. I don't know about you, but I get half a dozen invites a day to join webinars, and I pick out the ones I think are useful, and I've learned a lot in the last couple of months from just listening into webinars like this. And congratulations to you, Dave and Nicky, for putting this Quickie session on. I think it's very good. But keep on learning. There's an old saying, if you're green, it's like a mango. If you're green, you grow. If you're ripe, you rot. So if you think you know it all, then it's all over, Red Rover. Let's have a look at some new ways to find business. I use the Ansoff matrix quite regularly to reposition businesses. And you can Google this and find it and how it works, but very simply. On the left-hand side, you've got the new market. You've got markets, which are existing markets or new markets at the top there. And across the bottom, you've got products, existing products and new products. So you've got options using this matrix to redesign your business, where, for example, at the moment, what a lot of you are doing is simply the bottom left-hand box. You're trying to penetrate more of the existing market with the existing product. If that's you, you need to look at how to find new markets at the top. How do you develop new marketplaces? Well, maybe different age groups or different geographic places. And across the right-hand side, use your existing market to come back to your existing market with new products, new things that you can offer them that they haven't bought from you before. And the top right-hand box is the combination of new products and new markets. Do you see how that works? It's a very simple explanation. But if you Google it, you'll see how it all works. I find that's a very useful tool to get you to think about repositioning your business. Okay, thanks, Dave. We'll go to the point 12. Isn't it true, folks, that the 80-20 rule works in business all the time? I would be confident 80% of your business comes from 20% of your clients. You need to reset your thinking about the loyalty to your clients, that 20%. What can you do now to value add for your clients and do something to let them know you really value those 20% of clients as your best customers? I'm sure Ian Parker could talk to you about how you go back to really reselling your 20% clients who give you 80% of your revenue. And work out who are your best customers by revenue and really go to town and show them a bit of love and some value add. And I think you'll find that'll get you through the recession, even if the 80% drift away. I think you need to get an outside opinion about your real situation. The trouble with business owners, quite often they're the only person sitting there trying to make decisions based on their own thinking. And it's good to talk to outside people, whether it be people like Dave Kane or Ian Parker or your accountant or somebody. But from a purely corporate point of view, I'm happy to have a chat. And I've said to Dave, I'm happy to have a 30-minute phone call with any of you about your business. You need to tell me about your business and what the issues are, and I'll be happy to give you an answer. In last 2 weeks, I've told 2 business owners, shut the doors. You may not like what I'm going to tell you at the end of 30 minutes, if that's the case, and I hope it's not for any of you, but you've got to be honest with yourself. If you're going to get through the recession, you really have to know what is your real situation and what have you got to do to make it survive and get through to the end of the year. So I'm happy to do that. Dave Kane can give you my details. If not, my website that you can see, Tapp Advisory. You can ring me. I'm more than happy to have a 30-minute chat to give you some honest feedback. And for any of you that know me, and a couple of you do, you know that I tend to tell it like it is, in your own best interests. Some of you may find that really it's too late, but you have to have an exit strategy. Now, what are your choices? Is either if your accountant or somebody tells you it's all over, and I hope it's not for you, then you've got to talk to your accountants about voluntary administration. Maybe you just got to shut the doors and go and do something else. Maybe you'll find a buyer for your business who actually can take it over and run it in a different way. Maybe you can put the business into hibernation, like the government keeps talking about. Put it to sleep for a while and do something else until the economy picks up and you get back to it. The question I always ask business owners, do you really have a business, or have you just got a job that happens to pay you a wage and there's not much else to it? That's not really a business. And if you're working 100 hours a week doing it, why? You know, if you want a business, the key to wealth creation in business is profitability, because that's where you actually make the real money. It's not out of paying yourself a wage. So ask yourself, what's my real situation and what are my options if the recession really does bite? So having said that, I want to give you a bonus 15th tip. I said 14, but I thought I'd give you a 15th tip. I would say to you, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to believe you will survive through the recession. And if you believe that, you will. If you think you can, you will. If you think it's all too hard and it's all going to be difficult and you listen to all the media about all the doom and gloom, you probably won't. If you believe it, I can tell you the way you think about your business and your own belief in yourself will make a big difference. The economic situation, I don't think in Australia is going to be as bad as they first thought a couple of months ago. In fact, the economists are saying 2021 is going to be a sharp boom, mini boom. It's really going to be a V shape, and businesses will take off like you wouldn't believe. If you've survived previous recessions and GFCs like I have, and I'm sure a lot of you have, you know what, it's not the end of the world. You will get through it. I hope these 14 tips are of some help to you. Happy to have a chat to any of you if you'd like some other advice. Good luck to all of you. And I hope my few tips have been of some help to all of you. And thanks for letting me be on the Quickies program, Dave.
Pleasure,
over to you.
Pleasure. So the easiest way would be just if you just want to SMS, just jot down Warren's phone number there, 0411 111 588, and just text your name and your business name and the word Quickie, so he knows where the lead comes from. Well, then he'll contact you and organise a time to take up that free consultation. Yep, is that right, Warren?
Yep, that's fine.
And that's the address. It's just tappadvisory.com.au. But anyway, let's go and do some Q&A. Has anyone got their hand up, Nick? As I'm unable to see anyone.
Yes,
Nope.
I have a question.
Oh, I can't.
I can't see my physical hands going up. I'm just wondering if I can see that points 1 to 3 again, please. I missed taking notes on those points 1 to 3 of Warren's presentation. I really enjoyed that. Thank you, Warren. That was really good. And actually, a question is, where is the best place to go to look for these government grants?
Usually your accountant. You got an accountant?
Yes.
They will know about all of the available federal and state government grants. and even some local government ones, I believe, are coming out as well. So if you contact them, I know my accountant sends me emails with all the latest. As soon as they hear about it, they send you all the detail and how to apply for it and everything. All right.
Okay.
And tell them
Mine
not to
doesn't
charge
go.
you for tell them not to charge you for telling you that. Right, there's slide 1.
Thank you. I'm just taking notes on it. Thank you very much.
You'll be able to get the replay of this too, so you can just watch it at your own leisure and reabsorb this. So that'll be coming out. So
Excuse me, Warren, just on the grants that you, or the grant you said that was last week, 10,000.
that's
When you
Queensland.
said, oh, right, only Queensland. Okay. That's
Oh,
why I
sorry.
didn't hear about it.
Are you down
she's
down New South
I'm a
Wales?
New South Welshman.
Oh, okay.
Welsh lady.
Yeah.
Well, I did hear. I thought the New South Wales government were going to be doing something.
I got no clue about New South Wales.
Yeah,
But-
again, talk to your accountant in New South Wales. They'll know about any state government opportunities down there.
Yeah.
But Tanya, I did send out a email, and I think you would have got it. So that was just to prompt you to ask anyway. So I'm sure it went to either you or Chris about the Queensland grant. But anyway. So
Yeah. No, I think I did. Yeah. That's all good.
But
Thank
can I
you.
just make a comment to? Don't do all your business planning based on the assumption of government money. You know, you've got to work out how you survive without it.
Exactly.
And prosper. Yeah.
okay, Nick, you want to take a photo of everyone, get everyone smiling, and then we'll share it later, and everyone can just share it. If they share it, well, that'll just add a little bit more branding to yourself. So when, Nick?
Yeah, a sec.
Or a screenshot?
Yeah, I'm just making it a bit bigger.
Grab your phone.
All right,
Okay.
ready.
Okay. Good.
1, 2,
Wait,
3.
hey. Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. So let's just. So there's Warren's phone number. Hope you've got that. We'd love your feedback. So if you can just jump to financesolutions.com/review or scan that QR code, we'd love your feedback. Got that?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so it's every week, 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Okay, next week is simple ways to increase engagement and conversion that anyone can do. So just some simple points. We've got our free online discovery session. So from an online business consultant's view, what platforms, what strategies, system, looking at your return on investment, which would be best, which one will give you best leverage control. And so just go to Finance Solutions, and at the drop-down menu, top right-hand corner under Contacts is Strategy Session. So just click on that and tell us about it. And if you want, we've got a huge discount on our normal full strategy session, which is normally $397 US. It's now $97 for people that are on this call. And that's Nicky's website for other tips and tools. You can join our mentoring group. This will be in the follow-up email that you guys will get later on today. And we'd love you to like Finance Solutions and Easy Online Biz Solutions Facebook pages. And we've got Ian on the line. So before we drop off, I'm going to leave you with this. And we're going to get Ian on as a guest speaker. He's Ian Parker International. These are his videos, but you can grab them through Warren's website. And that's where that link, Finance Solutions, will take you to. It'll take you to Warren's website. And you can make the inquiry there, and Warren will shoot you the details. And you can listen to Ian Parker International. Ian Parker, a local Gold Coast guy, shares 5 different training sessions, and they're really good, easy to listen to. building relationships, prospecting, follow-up, handling objections, and negotiating and closing. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Is there anything else I can help anyone with before we jump off?
Quick question, Warren. What were the 5 Ps you said before? 5 Ps of marketing?
It's product, pricing, place, that is where you market to, promotion, and people.
Right. Thank you.
If anybody's got any other questions later, Dave, I don't mind. Again, if they want to text me, I'm more than happy to.
Well, we might get you on again and just I'll get some feedback, and we'll just see what are topics to delve a little bit deeper into different topics. And the same with Ian as far as sales goes. And we're going to get Lisa on in a couple of weeks' time with some strategies. So to exit your business after this all is over and you've got through it, so you've got a profitable exit. So it's things to consider now for then. Okay, guys, I want to say thank you, and remember that it's next week, and the password for jumping on might change. It might change to Quickie with a capital Q, Quickie, rather than that 2XYZ, blah, 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 whatever it was. Okay, but you'll get that in the SMS and the follow-up email. So if that's it, guys, we'll see you next week.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much, Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Warren. Cheers.
Thank you. Pleasure.